Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we have a very special guest. Someone that I've been waiting for and dreaming about for some time. I know, I'm creepy. Sorry, I sound so creepy. But anyways, I mean, this is a real cool flashlight, and this is like my first serious spotlight, searchlight. Granted, I'm not keeping it. This is actually for one of my coworkers, and I ordered it for him. You know, this is the one that I recommended for him, and not just so I could review it. I really think that this is, for the price, I think this is one of the best lights that you can buy. That's after lots and lots of research. All right, so this, of course, I've already taken it apart because, I mean, you know, what did you expect me to just like let it sit in here while I prep this review? You're crazy. You crazy. So it comes really nicely packaged, like super nice. The box is super nice. This foam is really nice, nice and sturdy, and Imalent lights just come in perfect condition, and they just look really good. So it comes with a charger, kind of like a standard plug charger. I don't know why they're not using USB-C, but this does charge at 19 volts, 2 amps, so 38 watt charging. And it charges this big battery pack pretty quick. So that's pretty impressive. I charged it in, you know, took me about 2 hours to fully charge it from empty. So that's pretty good. All right. It comes with, I don't know why I'm just holding on to this little bag, but it comes with like extra O-rings. There's an extra screw for the handle. What else? And an Allen wrench. There we go. There are instructions. And this is called the Paladin. I think I'm just gonna call it the SR16 because I think that sounds really cool. All right, so let's look at this thing. That's impressive right there. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I brought a couple lights for comparison. So this is the xhp50.3hi with 7 SFT40s, and this is the Q8 Plus with 6 xhp50.2s. Meanwhile, the SR16 uses xhp50.3hi's, and those are really good for throwing. My Sofern C8L has one of these LEDs, and it's a great thrower. And I have a couple of these just laying around the house, and they're just awesome LEDs. I'm just waiting for, never mind. I'm just kind of wondering what to put them in. But let's focus on what really matters, and that's this beautiful sunflower. I mean, it kind of looks like a sunflower with all those LEDs. Oh man, it's crazy. All right, so this is 6, this is 7, and they just look tiny compared to this thing. And I really thought this was gonna be like a really big flashlight, but it's really not that big, to be honest. And this little handle is amazing. Plus there's a side switch, so I don't have to reach down here. You know, I can just push right here and turn it on. All right, so let's look at the construction of it. Imalent products are built really well. They have a really good warranty as well. So if there's any problems within the first 15 days, you can do a replacement, no questions asked. Let me think. Once it goes past 30 or 15 days is up, you have 5 years of free repairs. So if there's any problems whatsoever, you ship it to Imalent and they will repair it for you for free. And they do have a lifetime warranty. And it's a really good warranty compared to like Mirxu, you know what I'm saying? So if there's any problems after 5 years, the only thing you don't have to pay for labor, you just have to pay for the parts. So let's say there's a spring that needs to be replaced, something like that, you know, that's all you have to pay for. And that's for as long as you own this flashlight. And something like this, I mean, I would keep forever. Yeah, I would definitely keep this thing forever. And just so you know, I wasn't sent this light for free. I did get a discount. Shout out to Juki at Imalent. He or she has been a very kind and gracious person to work with. And they helped me out with getting my LD70 Mini by Imalent, which is a tiny little monster. All right, so the battery pack is pretty proprietary. I mean, I'm sure I could take this apart and, you know, kind of find out what's going on in here and replace these batteries if I need to. But the fact that it's sealed up like this, and this is such a high-end flashlight, you know, better just to leave it alone. There are no problems with it, so just leave it alone. And the batteries that come with it are actually pretty good. This is the same battery pack that's on the SM12 Mini and the MR90. So I just wish they would sell like an extension, like a, you know, if you could have, there's 4 21700 4000 milliamp batteries in here. So what is that? That's 16,000 milliamp hours. You know, I would love to double that and make that 32,000 milliamp hours. But lots of grease on the threads, you know, which I appreciate. Just so you know, this is not fully waterproof. This is, I mean, and that's kind of to be expected whenever you have a fan cooling system, at least with where technology is nowadays. So it's rated at IP56. So you'll be fine if you take it out in the rain. Just don't submerge it. You know, you could definitely damage your flashlight that way, but it is resistant to water, to jet sprays. So to get to charging, whoops, you unscrew this little cap, which is cool, I think. It just looks cool, makes it so it can tail stand, and then you just plug in there, and it's red while it's charging and it's green when it's full. And then when you're done, just screw this back on there and you're good. All right, so there's a lot of things that I want to go over, and I'm afraid I'm going to miss something because there is so much to something like this. The moon mode, which I appreciate on something like this. So moon mode is a very usable 50 lumens, and it can sustain that for 98 hours. I mean, that's a lot of LEDs that these 4 batteries are powering at a decent output. Let's talk about higher numbers. So it can sustain 11,000 lumens for almost an hour. It's really closer to about 50 minutes, but I mean, the fact that it can sustain 11,000 lumens for that long. Okay, I wanted to make sure it looked like there was a little moisture on it, but that was from the outside. And then so on turbo, I know turbo will run for 2 minutes. So you can get 55,000 lumens for 2 minutes. Or no, I'm sorry. It was closer to like 10 minutes. So you can get turbo for 10 minutes and then it steps down to about 9,000 lumens, and that lasts around 40 minutes. And that's kind of like why I would like to see a bigger battery pack, because in search and rescue kind of situations, and this is SR, it's search and rescue. You know, they do take longer than an hour or two. You know, you're usually out there all night looking for somebody. But I mean, this is a great searchlight. This is one of the best on the market, in my opinion. And it's not too heavy. I mean, that's why I appreciate the smaller battery pack, is it's not too heavy. It's a little under 3 pounds. So, I mean, you can tie some rope or something like this and hang it if you want. But it will also fit in a backpack comfortably, and, you know, not weigh you down too much. And literally, you could carry this thing all night and be okay. So, as far as like actual readings, I looked up some numbers because I thought that the 1,715 meters of throw was a little bit off. That seems a lot from just the construction, as these are smaller reflectors. Granted, there's so many lights, but still, it reaches, what were the numbers? I mean, it reaches like a mile. It shoots a mile. Not quite 1,715 meters, but pretty dang close. And the lumens were, it did hit right around 50,000. So Imalent does kind of exaggerate sometimes. You know, they will say their number's a little bit higher than what we actually get when we test these. But to be able to come close to those numbers is huge. Candela reading was around 636,000 candela. All right, let me go through the modes real quick. So it has 6 stepped modes. There's moon. I mean, I don't think I can even turn this on in here. It gets so bright. And then you hold it down to go through. I'll actually probably do this. I'll do this outside. And the stepped mode, it's slower than I'm used to, like on a smaller light, which I appreciate with something like this. And you can hear the fans turn on. Goodness gracious. There's turbo. And then you double click again for strobe. You can double click and go back to strobe, or I'm sorry, to turbo. All right, but this side switch is great. There is an LED indicator light. All right, so in any mode, like when it's off, click it 3 times real quick, and that'll activate moon, and you can see like the LED indicator light in there. Kind of gives you the status. It would have been better if it was over here, but it does have that. And when you remove this little handle, which actually comes off quite easily, you can see it much better, but it is kind of just a design flaw. Whew. This thing is awesome. All right, so I hope I've covered what kind of questions you might have had. If I missed anything, please just ask me in the comments, and I'll make sure and address it to the best of my ability. The whole like fan system and all that, I don't know much about, but it does have a very unique head as well, like with these little grooves in there. So it looks like it gets pretty good airflow, which is definitely needed with 16 50.3s. But just a great light by Imalent. I'm super happy with this. I don't use it in my neighborhood because this would cause accidents. If you do get this light, please be very careful with it. It does lock out. Whoops. Click this 4 times real quick. it's locked. Now 4 quick clicks to unlock it. And you can tell by the indicator light right there. Locked, unlocked. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's get to what everybody really wants to see, and that's some beam shots. And then we'll come back and wrap this up. Thanks for watching. So I'm in a different spot to get beam shots with the SR16. I wanted to go on top of a mountain, but I couldn't find a mountain very close where there weren't homes everywhere. So this will have to do out in the desert in a new location. And there was like just these little mounds that I could step on, and I need to get up high to really show you how much light this thing produces. It's not even on high. Okay, so the modes, triple click for, this is moon, this is 50 lumens, and that's a lot of light. I mean, that's moon mode. Step up, step up, and I want to show you which mode it can hold. Yeah, let's keep going higher. There it is. So this is about 11,000 lumens. And it can hold that until the battery dies, which is crazy impressive. There's high, there's turbo. This is bananas. Look at that beam. That's ridiculous. Oops, didn't mean to turn it off. So that was pretty freaking impressive, I must say myself. Man, this thing just does not disappoint. I mean, look at that. So I thought, with something like this, it was just crazy, the output. And it really is for the price. The price difference is quite large between these two. But I mean, you have over twice as many LEDs on this. But holy crap, this thing is amazing. I bought this for a guy that I work with. He lives on the Native American reservation. Shout out to Pimas. And he has a big plot of land. and there's coyotes and stuff that kind of like come up on his land. So I've ordered him an L8, an L21B, and this is his most recent purchase. So I think he's gonna be super happy with it. And it makes sense because where he lives, he can definitely open this thing up and really use its full potential. Whereas me living in a suburban neighborhood, I cannot, with cars constantly driving past me. This is definitely not for a normal flashlight user. This is definitely a specialty item, but Imalent makes some great flashlights. I'm just really excited. I'm just happy that I got the opportunity to review this. I've never been able to review something this powerful, and I wish I could keep it. One day I'll probably buy something like this or the SR32 just as like a novelty item and to really bug people when I'm camping. But until then, you guys stay bright. Thanks for watching. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I'm always doing flashlight reviews or modifications. Oh, I did bring a couple lights for comparison as well. These are actual custom lights too that I've done. These are from Woobin. This is the X1 and the X2. This has 70.3 LEDs and this has Nichia 519 LEDs. But just look at the size difference. This has a built-in cooling system too, but the max on this is probably right around, like realistically, 10,000 lumens. You know, so this thing is 5 times as bright. Whoops, oh, thank goodness. I accidentally hit the side switch. And then here's the X2, which is just tiny compared to this thing. Oh my gosh. Anyways, you can't go wrong with any of Imalent's lights. And like I said, I didn't get paid to do this. I did get a small discount. That's it. But damn, this is something else altogether. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.